Weakness is not what you think it is. It is not lack of talent. It is not lack of intelligence. And it is not lack of potential. Weakness is conditioning. Friedrich Nietzsche understood something that most people never confront. The human being is not born small. They are trained to become small, trained to doubt themselves, trained to seek permission, trained to trade instinct for comfort and obedience for approval. From the moment you learn to speak, you are taught what is acceptable to want, what is dangerous to express, and what must be hidden to belong. Slowly, subtly, a gap forms between who you are and who you perform as. Nietzsche called this the beginning of decay, not moral decay, but existential decay, because when you abandon your instincts long enough, you forget they were ever yours.
Most people believe fear is the enemy. Nietzsche believed comfort was far more dangerous. Fear sharpens you. Comfort dulls you. Fear forces confrontation. Comfort encourages delay. And delay, repeated enough times, becomes a life never fully lived. You are not trained to be strong. You are trained to be manageable, to be polite instead of truthful, to be agreeable instead of grounded, to be safe instead of alive. Weakness, then, is not a flaw. It is a learned behavior. Nietzsche warned that modern life rewards submission disguised as morality. Those who suppress their instincts are called mature. Those who question authority are called problematic. Those who feel deeply are told to calm down. Slowly, intensity is pathologized and numbness is normalized. And people mistake numbness for peace. But numbness is not peace. It is paralysis.
The illusion of weakness survives because it benefits systems, not individuals. A person who doubts themselves is easier to guide. A person who fears discomfort is easier to control. A person who avoids struggle is easier to predict. Nietzsche believed that the human spirit grows only through tension, through resistance, through the willingness to confront what hurts, what challenges, and what destabilizes identity. Without resistance, there is no strengthening, only stagnation. This is why he rejected comfort as a life goal. Self-discipline, in Nietzsche's view, was not punishment, it was alignment. It was the ability to choose long-term vitality over short-term relief, to act despite discomfort, to remain standing when retreat would be easier. Weakness persists when action is delayed in the name of readiness. Strength appears the moment action begins. Most people wait to feel confident before they move. Nietzsche reversed this completely. Confidence is not the cause of action, it is the result of surviving action. You do not become strong by thinking about strength, you become strong by testing yourself against reality. Fear does not disappear when avoided, it multiplies. Fear shrinks when faced. And yet, society teaches you to soften every edge, to lower your expectations, to quiet your ambition so others feel comfortable. Nietzsche called this the morality of the herd, a collective agreement to remain small together so no one stands out enough to remind others of what they abandoned. Weakness is contagious, so is strength. The most dangerous moment in a person's life is not failure, it is comfort without purpose. That is when discipline dissolves, standards drop, self-respect erodes quietly, not dramatically, gradually. Nietzsche believed that resentment grows where self-discipline dies. People who do not act on their potential begin to resent those who do, not because others are wrong, but because they are reminders. The cure is not anger, it is responsibility. Taking responsibility for your inner state, your habits, your standards, your direction. Responsibility is not blame, it is power reclaimed. The moment you stop blaming circumstances, systems, or people for your weakness, strength becomes possible.
Nietzsche's most dangerous idea was not domination of others, it was mastery of self. Self-mastery requires confronting the parts of you that seek comfort over growth, that avoid discomfort with distraction, that choose excuses over effort, that want transformation without tension. You do not erase weakness by hating it, you erase it by outgrowing it. This process is not gentle, but it is honest. You will feel resistance. You will feel doubt. You will feel the urge to return to what is familiar. Nietzsche would say this is the moment you are closest to transformation, because the self you are leaving behind will fight for survival. It always does. But on the other side of that resistance is something rare: self-trust. Self-trust does not come from success alone. It comes from knowing that you can endure discomfort without collapsing, that you can face fear without running, that you can act even when motivation is absent. This is how weakness dissolves, not through force, not through self-hate, and not through some dramatic moment of transformation. Weakness fades when it no longer has a role to play. You don't destroy it, you outgrow it. For most of your life, weakness felt personal, like a flaw, like something wrong with you. But Nietzsche would say it was never your essence. It was a habit, a posture toward life learned through repetition. Repeated avoidance, repeated hesitation, repeated compromise with fear. And the moment you stop feeding it, it begins to lose its power. You stop asking yourself, "Am I capable?" Because capability is not a thought experiment. It is a result.
Every time you act despite uncertainty, you gather evidence. Evidence that you can endure discomfort. Evidence that fear does not paralyze you. Evidence that you are more stable than the doubts in your head. Action replaces rumination. Experience replaces imagination. You stop negotiating with fear. Fear always wants a conversation. It wants reassurance. It wants guarantees. It wants perfect timing. And if you listen long enough, it will always find another reason to delay. Nietzsche understood that fear does not disappear when debated. It weakens when ignored through action. Not recklessly, but deliberately, calmly, with presence. You move while fear is still there. And in doing so, you teach yourself something crucial. Fear does not command you. It informs you, and nothing more. You stop waiting to feel ready.
Because readiness is not a feeling, it is a byproduct of movement. The body and mind align after commitment, not before it. Strength emerges mid-action, not at the starting line. This is where most people remain stuck, waiting for confidence to arrive like permission. But Nietzsche rejected this completely. He believed life rewards those who step forward without certainty, who create meaning through engagement rather than preparation. You become ready by moving, and each step forward reshapes your identity. This is why Nietzsche believed the strongest individuals are not fearless. Fearlessness is shallow. It often comes from ignorance or denial. True strength is deeper than that.
Strength is the refusal to let fear define who you are. You feel it, but you do not obey it. You acknowledge it, but you do not submit to it. Strength, then, is not aggression. It is integrity under pressure. It is staying aligned with your values when discomfort arises. It is remaining grounded when uncertainty appears. It is choosing truth
over relief. By the time 10 minutes have passed, nothing mystical has occurred. No internal enemy has been slain. No dramatic rebirth has taken place. No illusion has been shattered by force. What has changed is orientation. You no longer see weakness as your identity. You see it as conditioning, something learned, not something essential. And that realization changes everything.
Because when weakness is no longer who you are, it loses its authority. It becomes optional, replaceable, temporary. To the part of you that existed before fear dictated your choices, before comfort replaced courage, before hesitation became a lifestyle. That is not becoming stronger. That is remembering who you were before you were taught to be small. You realize you were never broken. You were trained to accept limits that were never yours. And the moment you stop accepting them, you don't become someone new. You don't reinvent yourself. You don't perform a new persona. You return to yourself.